And I love the path plan feature that enables students to do this pre-flight check. You know, before you take off in the airplane, you make sure the airplane's safe to fly. Likewise, here you're making sure your plan is all set so that you won't encounter error messages when it's time to register.
Yep.
Thanks for showing everybody that.
Yeah, of course. And I also just wanted to show that if I take this section out, and so I only have the tutorial now. If I go and sign up for the first section, I add that to my plan, I have the error message here that says that a different section is required.
Good call, Melina. I'm glad you showed everybody that. So you've got the lecture and you've got the tutorial, but you happen to have the wrong lecture.
Yep.
And you've got the double whammy going on there because you've already taken a course equivalent to Calculus 1. So you have the other showing.
Yeah. But
do you have any suggestions for students, by the way, regarding that top error message you're seeing that says time conflict?
For
in your
me,
plan for that chemistry lecture course?
Yeah, for me, I normally just play around with it. In my schedule, I think it's also sometimes easier if you click on this little calendar on the top right, where you can see the time conflicts. So some of them might be conflicting with classes that are in my schedule right now.
Your real schedule, exactly.
Yeah, but it looks like the chem and the math lectures are at the same time, the ones that I've chosen. So that's why it's giving me the time error. But if you go back, you can see here in the lecture, so you know you have the 8:20 calc lecture class, you can then go in and take the 10:30 math lecture class or calculus lecture class.
Good call. So you're revising your pre-flight plan before you have your final registration appointment.
Yes, and then I can take this one. Yes, I believe it's this one. Take this one and remove it from my plan so that I don't have that error message coming up anymore as the time conflict. And
I'm glad you showed everybody that calendar icon. That's a good way to deconflict things.
Yeah, that's what I normally use. It's a lot easier to read instead of just looking at the numbers on the left here. So you can see everything laid out and how your weeks are going to look.
That's a really good call. And sometimes classes start to fill up. And so it's good to have a plan, but also a backup plan. You say, well, if I can't get into this lecture course, this other lecture course option will work for my schedule. So have a plan B or plan C in mind so that if courses fill up, you'll have a backup ready to go.
Exactly. And
I just wanted to show you this other kind of error message. This particular course has a college restriction, and I have a feeling it's probably because this course is restricted to first-year students only. And so Melina is not supposed to be able to get into this course, and that's why she's getting that error message.
There you go. Let's see. Yep. First year of studies, college.
There you go.
That's why I cannot take it. Are there any other error messages that you think we might get when making a schedule?
You know, another one that's common is prerequisites, but that's not really going to apply for first-year students. A prerequisite is a course you have to take before you can take another course. Yes. But as a first-year student, you're not going to encounter that yet. Just keep that in mind for the future.
Yes, and that would be
go ahead.
Kind of like for Calc 2, you need to have Calc 1. And if you have AP credits for Calc 1, it should also work the same way.
Yes, that's exactly right.
So maybe that's how they might encounter it if they have AP credit for Calc 1.
That's totally true. If you've earned a 5 on the AP exam and you've earned credit for a calculus course, then you'll get the error message when you try to register for an equivalent calc course.
Yes. So let's see. If you go here, as a prerequisite, if you have AP credit, this will show up on your transcript, I believe. It's the 10091. that's what you get if you have AP credit instead of getting this one, which is the actual Notre Dame course for
Yeah,
Calc 1.
yeah, you're exactly right. The 1009 whatever denotes the AP credit version of the course, but
Yes.
it's coded as equivalent to the Notre Dame version of the course. And that's why it's allowed as an acceptable prerequisite in that string. So to put it in English, you can't take Calculus 2 unless you've taken Calculus 1, but there are a couple or three different course numbers that count as Calculus 1. I hope that's English.
Yeah, it's slightly confusing, but you'll definitely be able to get the hang of it with the help of your advisor. And advisors will also be checking after all schedules are made. They'll go through and make sure that you have everything you need. So if this isn't making sense to you, then they will have your back and they'll recognize it before you get to campus in August.
Absolutely.
So don't sweat too much.
Yep.